Welcome back to the Leader Podcast. Us fake drinking our coffee. Ow. I think I chipped my tooth.
For real? Smile at the camera. Hey, so a new thing that we're trying is we're going to do a giveaway.
Okay.
We always do a giveaway.
I was like, that part's not
What
new.
are we giving away?
Oh, I don't
Something.
know.
Kaylee, figure it out.
Breakfast in the Bay?
Yeah, there you go.
Breakfast in the Bay.
All right.
Or breakfast for your team if you don't live in a bay.
Yeah. If you're on safety, whatever.
Yeah, got it. Great.
But we're going to do the giveaway. But then you or I are going to have to do a leader shout-out roulette.
Okay.
So whoever's name gets picked, we have to
blind.
give the leader a shout-out.
We don't have a story pre-planned.
We don't have a story pre-planned.
Go with somebody.
So maybe due to the magic of editing, you'll be like, man, they know me really well. Or maybe we do know you really well.
I think we know you really well.
So
I love it.
And then just so everyone knows, all the names that are in here right now that are going to be cycling through here are all people who have signed up for a leader debrief slot.
By the time you see this, leader debriefs will already be happening.
Yeah.
These folks have already signed up. Their first round of leader debriefs happens in just a few days.
Yeah, and we mean sign up for a slot, which is more than just fill out the initial form.
Correct.
So you have to fill out the form, then sign up for a slot.
Correct.
So those who have done both of those things are on our little schedule. Their names are in the thing.
All right.
So Breakfast in the Bay goes to this person's Connect group and Leader Roulette shout out, Scott Ferris.
Scott Ferris, thank you for your honesty in your leader debrief.
Yes.
I super appreciated that. One of the struggles in a ministry our size is we can't always know everybody's everything.
Yeah.
And while we don't super rely on leader debriefs to tell us all that, sometimes we do find out things. So Scott shared some stuff about friends of his that were kind of going through it and have been through it this year. And I super appreciated that. Yeah. So thanks for doing that, Scott. Also, thanks for being super dependable.
Yeah. And on a lighter note, at the Christmas party, Scott said, so I work with all these people in all these different cultures and countries around the world. And he's like, a goodbye might take 10 minutes, to everyone do their pleasantries. And he's like, my favorite thing about the podcast is you guys crash landing it. He's like, we don't need all the fluff. Just get out of here.
Get it. It's over. We're done.
So Scott also is one of the few. He subscribes to podcasts, and so we are a part of his rhythm. So a lot of you guys I think watch on YouTube, but he listens in Apple Podcasts or whatever.
Yeah.
And the podcast host that we're using is through our website.
Okay.
So it's not the most there's
streamlined.
not troubleshooting videos for when it doesn't work, and so it doesn't work sometimes. And Scott also lets me know. Actually, he might have stopped. But he was telling me he's not working. But he did say he likes that there is optionality to go to YouTube.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, if you're listening, you didn't get to see the mug break.
Yeah.
So if you haven't, go back and see the mug break.
The mug break.
It was awesome.
It was.
So anyway, shout out to Scott.
All right, Scott.
Cool.
Thanks for all you do.
Let's talk about welcome.
Right. Welcome in the room.
Last week we talked about what our building seems like and how we can make the outside seem more friendly by just a few little things that we as leaders can do.
Now, let's shout out our greeting team because Sunday and Wednesday, but especially those folks on Sunday, they crush it.
Yep.
When kids are walking
those
in the door.
Those of you on Wednesday, keep trying.
You're getting there.
No, we just have a lot of people on Sunday.
We don't have as many people on Wednesday. So, but our Sunday crew, we've got people at the new student thing and we've got people at the regular kiosk. So as soon as a kid walks in, they're greeted.
Bro, okay.
Right?
So a couple weeks ago, a new person walked in, right? And I'm like, oh, hey. And I know that we have a new person process. I know we have a new person station.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
That it's right in front of your office?
No, I don't know what to do. I know where it is. So I walked there. I was like, let's get you checked in. And in my faux self-confidence, I walked straight to the new person thing.
Start pressing buttons.
No, I turned around and I surveyed the landscape and I was like, please, dear Lord, make Emily be here. And she was, and I was like, Emily right here will get you set up. No one better than her.
That is amazing.
And no one was none the wiser. But internally, I was sweating bullets.
I literally just went through that whole thing with you. I felt it. One of the things that I love about our crew that does welcome and greeting is that it's not just about getting them checked in anymore. And there was a season where that was super important because our kids weren't
still
checking in.
super important.
It is. But I'm just going to confess, I was more concerned about getting them checked in than getting them welcomed. Like, I just wanted them to get in the rhythm of checking in. And thank you, John Hodges, for being the guy who was like, you don't walk out of here without a name tag on. Like, he was the name tag police.
No one less threatening than a 70-year-old man threatening you to sign in.
He's going to be really excited that you think he's only 70. Anyway, so we've traversed all of that. Our kids are really in a rhythm of checking in. So now our check-in crew gets to truly be greeters, welcomers.
Keep going.
Greeters and welcomers.
You're good.
In our leader debriefs as they're coming back, all of our check-in folks are like, I'm loving that I'm finally learning kids' names and we're finally starting to have conversation. And that's what helps
a spot you can have a lot of conversations as a Connect Group assistant.
Yes. So if you know somebody, or if you're thinking to yourself,
or if you're somebody,
maybe I could do check-in every other week. And on the weeks that I'm not doing check-in, I could be a Connect Group leader.
Not a bad idea.
I think it's a start.
Yeah.
I think it's a start. Anyway, I love that as soon as kids walk in, somebody knows them. We actually have a lot of indoor space where greeting can happen. We've got kids getting donuts. We've got kids playing basketball. So if we can begin to station ourselves around the building, it won't just be when a kid first walks in that they're being greeted by our check-in welcome folks. They're also being greeted by the folks that are handing out donuts, and maybe we could get some safety folks stationed on the basketball court. Those spaces all lend themselves to having a conversation with a kid where they feel seen, maybe for the first time in our building and in our ministry, which helps them stick.
And one thing that our welcome team does that you might not even be aware of is once Connect groups start or Wednesday nights start, they will take the information, they'll get it sent so it gets tracked in the right spots in our database and all those things. And then we now mail people a welcome box.
Oh, we should have brought one in here. It's really cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
We'll link it here on screen or something. And by
Great.
we, I mean Luke. But they also do that job. So they've done their job of making a student feel welcome when they walk in. But we have another touch point that will end up on their porch at some point.
And
you
guys get everybody, all of our Connect Group leaders get a monthly report of kids who've missed 3 times or more in their group.
Yeah.
Occasionally, we'll print that report for our check-in folks, and they'll also write notes to those kids saying, "Hey, we've been missing you, whatever, blah blah."
Yeah. So shout out to them, but be thinking while you're in here getting your coffee, getting your lesson, getting your basket,
chatting it up.
Your moment has not yet hit because your moment hits when we're finally done talking on stage and we've played the video and all the things. How can you contribute to the welcoming environment? Yeah. It's not just our check-in folks who do a great job, but you can also play a role in that. And so maybe you're not stationed in the basketball court, but you just meander in there. You play knockout with some kids, and you're using that as an opportunity to just help warm up the environment. As opposed, nothing wrong with drinking coffee, but you can also drink that during the video, and you can use the few minutes before to be playing some basketball and
to high five some kids. Listen, we get it. You haven't seen your grown-up friends all week long. We have worked really hard to help our team feel like a team. So of course you want to hang out and talk with them. But when students are in the building, students are the first priority. And so if we can all start kind of shifting our focus from I'm grabbing my check-in stuff and then I'm chatting it up with grown-ups to I'm grabbing my check-in stuff and then I'm chatting it up with students.
Yeah.
That's going to be a really good turn to make and a way to help our welcome team feel larger.
And one little hack, right? I'll say we meet once a month for our leader lunch. So if there's you see someone, you're I need to tell them something. Get a little notepad, write it down, and then just share it with them at the leader lunch. You can start taking notes about anything you ever want to talk to somebody about. You were taking that seriously for a minute.
100%. I was like, where's he going with this?
All right, story time?
Story time.
Okay, so you guys know all of the romanticization. Good luck with, Adobe Premiere figuring out what that caption is supposed to say, of my video editor student team. They're
yes,
awesome.
They are.
They come in early, which they haven't much this new year. I need to crack the whip a little bit.
Yeah, they got lazy.
One kid got grounded.
Okay, well, that
he
explains
got grounded
it.
from coming to church.
Oh, my gosh. How bad do you have to be to get grounded from church?
He got grounded from coming to church early. He still comes to church.
Oh, fair enough.
So anyway.
That's fair. That's fair, parent.
Anyway, so a couple nights ago, I found this free community jujitsu class down the street. Free. Actually free. It's at like a real place. It's not like someone's garage.
Nothing's free, Clayson. That guy's going to show up and rip you off.
No, listen. Do you know me? I was texting him yesterday, and I was like, okay. He was trying to get me to talk about membership, and I was like, here we go.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, I said, well, I sent him a screenshot of the post, and I was like, this is what we thought we were going to. He's like, oh, no, that's free. Like, we don't know if we can offer it forever, but for right now, it's a way for us to give back to the community. I was like, what?
Wow.
I know, crazy, right?
It is. Good for him.
I know, right? So anyway, I was sitting there watching Hudson, first class. So awesome. And I needed to post something. But like, there's like
you were watching Hudson while working.
There's parents around. So I just pulled open my phone and I downloaded a completed video and I posted it. Well, I checked it later, like that night or maybe even the next day. And the first little hint I had that something was wrong.
Something's amiss.
Was I got a DM from Ruben Oliveras, and he was like, "There's something wrong with the audio.
Something's askew."
And I was like, "What?" So I clicked in on it, and it's a very simple mistake. We just forgot to decrease the audio gain on the music, and so we put the music in full blast. And so
you just see kids talking, you hear no words.
Yeah, it was an interview style video, but we don't
really care what you have to say. We really want to listen to Taylor Swift here.
There was captions, right? So like, which is why I thought it was fine because I watched it in the thing with no sound, which is why we caption all of our videos. But then he's like, you can't hear this at all. And then, so I was like, oh, okay. So then I logged into the aforementionedly banned TikTok, which, you know, they took it out of the App Store.
RIP, I know.
So like, you can't download it.
You know how I know that?
You can't download it.
I can't download it. So I was like,
Amanda did the same thing.
I was like, take it off my phone. It's banned.
She
and then they're like, not really.
On Sunday night.
I can't get it back.
And she's like, I can't get it back. I was like, you should try to restore it to an old. She's like, that's too much work.
Yeah, agreed. It's not worth it.
But anyway. Then I get on to TikTok, for those who did not delete it. Or maybe from another country.
Thank goodness you didn't delete it.
And they were like, great audio work here, guy. Like, it was all strangers. Like, they were absolutely roasting us in the comments.
Unfollow.
So I swiftly deleted that video.
That's awesome.
We only had one out of the 2 posts that we need for the day.
Womp womp.
Oh, well, it's all right.
Yeah.
Student ministry.
Crash land this thing.
Hey, bye, everyone.
Love you guys.